Hello, everyone. My name is Joaquin Cárdenas, president of the MSJC Communications Club. Today, I have with me Jilema Silver, one of the TEDx speakers at this year's event. How are you doing, Jilema?
I'm doing fine, Joaquin, and yourself?
I'm doing great. So let's get started with some questions. But first, do you mind if I record this so that we can upload it on our website?
Sure, go ahead.
Thank you. All right. So, first question, can you tell me a little bit about yourself and your professional background?
I recently graduated from MSJC spring of 2024 with my son. My two majors were psychology and business administration. I was the vice president of SGA, which was an amazing experience as well. I was part of the Moja program. I started a club called Queens, Quality Women Uplifting, Educating, Empowering Networking Society. I attended the San Jacinto campus. Um, I worked at the Veterans Resource Center. I'm a dependent of a veteran. Um, I also worked at the LRC on campus.
That's very interesting, very varied professional background. Thank you. What inspired you to become a TEDx speaker?
I I enjoy motivating people. I love talking to people, and that's why I took up psychology. It I felt like that was something that I needed to do as far as motivating myself.
Huh. All right. What's your main message of your TED Talk?
So the theme was connection. And so I went ahead and stuck with that because it's important to us as humans, you know, uh, our whole we're wired to connect. And I realized that we don't talk about that enough. And so by speaking on connection, people don't know the different forms and levels of connection that us as human beings connect on. And it's important for us to be well. It's part of our wellness to stay connected emotionally, physically, mentally, we are wired to connect and stay connected.
Connection, yeah, I agree with you totally. Connection is extremely important. Like even like when you're in the workforce, getting connections, when you're in relationships with people, having like connections with them.
Exactly.
A lot of
Exactly.
reasons why like connections are all around us in life.
And that's why I hit on all those points exactly.
Nice. What does your role involve on your day-to-day basis?
Just so I'm a mom, um, and talking to students, I understand that we all need to be inspired by somebody. We all need to be pushed. Everybody needs help. And just letting people know it's okay to reach out and ask for help. Just motivating and inspiring. I think that's one of my roles, not professionally, but just as a person. I feel that that's a role that I've been chosen to do, and that's inspire people and motivate people and push people to become the best versions of themselves.
Huh, very nice. Persistence, inspiration, motivation can get a lot of things done. Have you ever faced any big challenges in your career? And what are some of your accomplishments that you're most proud of?
Okay, my challenges was not believing in myself and the things that I strive for and the things that I have passion for.
Hmm.
Like my queens, I was pushed to submit for a call to a proposal, and I was skeptical about it, and I didn't believe that I was going to get chosen. And one of the doctors in Umoja told me to submit my proposal, and once he seen it, and I did, and I got chosen to speak at the conference, the 2024 Umoja conference, which was an amazing experience. I had 100 students in there, And the energy in the room was amazing, reciprocated, and multiplied. And that same doctor told me to submit for the Amen conference. And again, I was chosen. And just that feeling of knowing I was worthy, even though I thought that, oh no, why would they choose me? That was one of my challenges, believing in myself. And that let me know that I can do the things that I want to do. And I was chosen to speak for our graduation, and that was one of my biggest accomplishments because I had never spoken in front of anyone before, and I think it was 3,500. I think I'm
Whoa.
not quite sure, but it was a big crowd and the biggest crowd I've ever spoken in front of before, and just being chosen to speak at my graduation as well as my son because we walked together for spring graduation, and just having him stand up during my speech and dedicate a portion of my speech to him, and just locking eyes with him and him seeing me up there speaking at our graduation, and knowing that that was not just a proud moment for me, but as well as him saying that, that's my mom up there, that was one of my biggest accomplishments because I did it, you know, with all the stuff that I went through as a student and as a mom. I would say that was one of my biggest accomplishments, proud moment.
That's a very inspirational. Like, there's a lot, everyone overcomes barriers. Like, and a lot of people, we're very harsh on ourselves, but when we're able to get over that and like we not only are we able to share our work, but like the work we do like is accepted, like it validates us. And with that, we're able to move mountains with that.
And I watch my speech every day because
Whoa.
it motivates me. I watch it every day. And I've shared it with students as well on campus that were communication students, taking public speaking. And I'm like, that first speech, you have to do that first speech in order to get overcome that fear of public speaking. That's why you're taking this class. And once you get over that first speech, it's okay. But I noticed a lot of students had trouble or nervous about that first speech. And I show them my speech and I'm like, and it showed them wow, or they had that wow moment. I'm like, I still have that wow moment every time I watch it because I can't believe I did that. And I don't recognize her when I see that speech. I'm like, that's you, Halima, you did that. And that's my motivation every day, that speech. We all have that motivation, and that's my go-to speech. That's my go-to motivation every day.
That's very interesting. It's like kind of being able to like see the work you did. Like I did that, like a writer seeing what they wrote and like you were able to like you see the work you did. Like that could help you. That you can go very far with that. That's amazing. Where do you see yourself in the next 5 years?
Definitely doing another TED Talk, maybe three or
Ooh,
four. That's where I see myself. But also, my queens, being bigger than what it is right now. It's an organization to motivate young women of color to become the best versions of themselves, and just um, nobody tells these young women they're princesses, and how would they know they'll grow up to be a queen if nobody tells them at a young age that they're a princess? That's my little go-to phrase. But I definitely see myself uh, a motivational speaker, an inspirational speaker, and just uplifting and empowering young women.
that is very nice. That's a great goal to strive for, and uh, that's very nice. Lastly, do you have any advice for someone looking to get into your field?
Be passionate about what you do. Don't doubt or second guess yourself. Know if you don't believe in yourself, how will you expect anybody else to believe in you? Um, put your best foot forward and just be proud of what you do, when you do it, and how you do it. And I just say just believe in yourself. Believe that you can do it. And always keep a positive mindset whenever you're doing anything. There's going to be some negatives, but block those out. Block those out. Just receive the positive and ignore the negative. And the steps on the way up are going to be they're going to be hard, but it's going to be worth it when you get to the top. You're going to feel the burn with every step, but the results at the end are going to be amazing. And you just got to keep going. Just keep going to the top. Perseverance. Yeah.
Persistence and a growth mindset. That's great. That's great advice. Thank you so much. Now, I'd like to thank you once again for taking the time to speak with me.
Thank you, Joaquin.
Thank you. And everyone, make sure to watch not only Halima's TED Talk speech, but also go check out her graduation speech as well.
It's on YouTube, MSJC 2024 commencement, the 10:30 ceremony.
Yep. There you have it, folks. Thank you guys for tuning in, and thank you once again, Halima, for joining me today.
Thank you again.
I hope you have a good day.
You too as well, Joaquin.
Bye.